Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Vivian Rose. So in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about you don't have to be perfect, just consistent. I'm super excited for this episode because literally I struggle with perfectionism myself, and I just really hope this episode can help you guys and really just get you guys through tough times in your life. And just I know how perfectionism feels, and I just really want to help you guys get through it because we're going through it together. We're both teen girls. We both understand. So let's get right into this week's episode. So first is the Monday motivation, which is give yourself weekly pep talks. I love this so much because literally sometimes you need that. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own hype man all the time, literally, because you can't be dependent on people to be your cheerleader because people aren't going to show up all the time for you, not even people who you think you would. So you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own best friend. You have to give yourself these pep talks. Tell yourself that you are enough. Tell yourself who you are. Tell yourself that you're worth much more than that. Pep talks can really help you. It doesn't matter if you say it at the beginning of the day. If you go through like rough times with kids at school, you can say like go to the bathroom and just tell yourself these affirmations in the mirror. Different things like that can just really help you get through different weak moments in your life. Just give yourself those little pep talks and just be so incredible and just so great. Next is a fashion icon of the week, which is Jennie from Blackpink, and I love Jennie so much because her outfits are so cute, not to mention her whole like personality is like so cute and just so pretty, and I just love her so much. Like her style on The Idol, I don't watch The Idol and I'm not going to watch it, but I'm just saying like the outfits from there are just so cute on her, and just like her outfits in general, like her own personal style is just the cutest style ever. She's always so put together, she's always so just like sleek looking, so pretty, her hair is always so cute, and like her makeup is always so snatched and like perfect. I'm just so obsessed with her style recently, and she's definitely one of my style icons. Next is a quote of the week, which I absolutely love this week. I just had to include it into this week's episode, which is from a scientist named Nikolai Valavov. I don't really know how to pronounce the last name, but just know it's from a scientist named Nikolai, and the quote is, "Do what you can. If you can't do something you wanted to do, then you will be forgiven. But if you don't try to do anything, you will not be forgiven." I love that quote so much because it's so true. Like sometimes, like when you want to do something, it's out of your comfort zones, you're kind of embarrassed to do it. Like if you want to film a TikTok in public, or if you want to take pictures in public and all these people are looking at you, I know how that feels because it's very scary and nerve-wracking. But I'm telling you guys, it's not that bad. Once you step out of that comfort zone once, it becomes easier and easier each time. So just like in the quote, when it says, if you don't do anything, if you don't try to do anything, you will not be forgiven, because regret is bigger than embarrassment. Remember that the embarrassment that you're feeling in that moment, that's only temporary. Nobody else is going to remember that moment because literally everybody has their own lives. Everybody's always focused on themselves. Have you ever spoken to someone who's talking about something that happened 10 years ago? No, because it's not important anymore, Of course, if it's something like a death in the family, something serious like that, but you never hear somebody talking about like 10 years ago, they're going to be like, there was this girl who was walking on the side of the road taking pictures like the Beatles. No, nobody cares like that. Everybody's involved and just soaked into their own lives. Nobody's looking at you like the way they think that you think they are. It's just not that scary, okay? So your regret is going to eat you up later when you realize, I should have just done it. So if you just go ahead and do it, it's just easier. You're just skipping like a whole little like trial in your life just to be a better person. So now let's get into the weekly recap, which is, oh my gosh, I'm about to be like a full-on fangirl for a minute. Like I'm always a fangirl because like I'm a Swiftie for life. But Taylor Swift, oh my gosh. Okay, so yesterday she announced 1989 TV, which I am beyond, you guys, beyond excited for. I'm telling you guys, if you listen to my old episodes, then you know that 1989 is always my favorite. Even if you just know me from Pinterest, you know that 1989 has always been my favorite album. Like I ride or die from 1989. I just love it so much. I was 7 when it came out. I've listened to it all my life basically. It's just like the best piece of music in history. I love 1989. New Romantics, I Wish You Would, Out of the Woods, Wonderland, How You Get the Girl, like, oh, Blank Space, iconic. It's just so good. I literally grew up on it. But so I just love 1989 so much, and the fact that she's just redoing it just makes me so happy. And like in the old version, she was going through a rough time in her life. She had eating disorders, all that bad stuff that was going on, which is so sad. But now in the cover, she's smiling and she's just so healthy and just happy. It just warms my heart because I just love Taylor so much. So I'm so excited for that. I actually already pre-ordered the deluxe version of the CD yesterday. Literally, like, I woke up earlier because I'm on New York time and not LA time because she announced at the LA concert. And so I had to wake up early in the morning so I can, see if she did announce it or not, because all Swifties had a theory, and we weren't clowning this time. But so I had to wake up early so I could order it and stuff before everybody else. And I'm so glad that I did order it when I did, because literally it's the day after she announced it. And wait, no, it's like 2 days after she announced it, I think. I don't know if my clock thing is wrong. I don't know. But just know, like, she announced it like whenever, like a couple days ago, and literally I pre-ordered it right then, and then the next day they're all sold out, you guys. Literally, they're all sold out. It's absolutely insane. Can you believe that? That's so crazy to me, the way it sells out that fast. It's just so insane. It's just so cool. And I'm just so glad I got my hands on one. I bought one, and so I'm just so happy, because like usually when stuff is like super fast like that, I can never get it fast enough. But I'm just so glad I was able to get that, because that means so much to me. I'll probably get the normal version too from like Target when it comes at Target, because the normal version, they're gonna have that for like days and weeks. But the deluxe version is exclusively for 89 hours on her website. But now they have to take that off, because literally it's all gone. So I'm just super excited to listen to it and see y'all like the 5 new songs from it. I wish it was like 10 or 12 new songs, but I'm grateful for 5, and I'm just so grateful she's even redoing it. Like, so happy, so excited. But also tomorrow I'm going skating with my friends. If you guys didn't know, I did speak about this like last week, but I'm super excited because they're having like a full-on night dedicated to Taylor Swift. So they're playing all her music all night, which I'm so stoked for, so excited. I just literally cannot wait to go. I have my outfits out, and I'm just, oh my God, I'm so excited. The girl who one of my friends who I want to go with, I hope she can end up coming, because literally, like, I just love her so much. So I just hope she can end up coming. She said she doesn't know for sure. She's like, oh my God, such a darling. She's so sweet. And my older sister even offered to take me. She's going to take me tomorrow. I'm just so excited, because like literally it's going to be like the funnest thing ever. Literally Taylor Swift and skating and friends. So fun. I'm just so excited. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I bought some new clothes and some new like school, not supplies, but like school organization stuff. I bought this really cute file folder thing that's from Goodwill. I thrifted it, but it's like a container one, but it's so cool because it looks like it's from Kate Spade. It might be, because it has that cute little design. But I also got this really cute mustard colored jumper that has like bell bottom pants at the bottom. I'll show it. I'll probably wear it sometime soon, because I'm so stoked to wear it. I even tried to wear it the other day. My mom was like, don't wear that because you're going to get messed up in the rain, because like I'm a little too short for it. So kind of dragged, because she didn't want it to get messed up, and I was going to have like a mental breakdown. So I'm glad she told me not to wear it. And then I also got this really pretty floral baby doll looking dress. I'm so excited. I think I may wear that to the skating rink tomorrow. But I'm just so excited for that. But that's my weekly recap. I also did get, for my featured listen of the week, I got a new review on Apple Podcasts, which I'm just so stoked for. It's a girl named Yvonne. She's literally like the sweetest girl ever. She follows me on Pinterest, and she's always commenting the sweetest things on my account. So I just love her so much. She's so sweet. She says, first of all, she titled it Love, which is so sweet. And she said, I follow her on Pinterest, and OMG, this is so much better. She's so motivating and relatable. I love you so much, and keep on going with the hard work. Why is my reading bad when I need it the most? Okay. I do not want to screw this up, so let me just start over. I follow her on Pinterest, and OMG, this is just so much better. She's so motivating and relatable. I love you so much. Keep on going with the hard work. Yes, A+ this time. But she is so sweet. Thank you so much, Yvonne. I really appreciate that. That means the world to me. Thank you so much, and I love you so much as well. I just cannot believe, like, I'm getting, like, a big audience now. Like, literally, you guys, I've gathered, like, a pretty great big audience, like, on my statistics and stuff. I'm just so excited that other people are listening to it and it's able to help other people. I'm just so grateful for that. But thank you so much for leaving a review. If you guys want to be featured in next week's episode, just feel free to leave a rating and review over Apple Podcasts. And if you leave one on Spotify, it just helps us to be able to find more teenage girls who are going the same things as us in this generation, and can just help other people to find the podcast and just get on their best version of themselves, little train that we're all on. But now is a journal prompt of the week, which is on routines. So think of a routine that adds value to your life. So all successful people wake up between 4 to 6 a.m. And of course, the word successful is a point of view. I'm not saying it like as if you have to be successful, you have to be like this. This is just a statistic thing. Like, they realize, like, whoever does statistics these days, I don't even know, but they realize that most successful people, most billionaires, wake up from 4 to 6 a.m. You don't have to do this. This is just an example. I wake up at 7 a.m. and I work perfectly fine. And they sleep between the hours of 8 to 10 p.m. I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I just love it so much. It gives me so much energy and stuff. Is so nice. And what I want you guys to journal is, are you doing these things? What time are you going to sleep every night? Are you following a strict routine that allows you to have structure and stability in your life? Do you have a morning routine? Do you have an evening routine? Do you have an afternoon routine? Us humans, we thrive on routines, and we really need routines to keep us going in life because it just gives us a little pattern in life. Just like you see different birds, they do the same routine every single year. They have their birds, like their baby birds, in the springtime. You never see a bird like an egg hatching in like the fall or the winter, because that's just not the way it is. They're stuck on a routine, just like how you should be on a routine, because it just helps you to be able to get through your life easier. It just gives you good like sleep at night, just gives you sound of mind, maximizing your productivity. It's just such a nice thing to do. But now let's get to the actual episode. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. I'm super excited for this episode, like I said, because I even struggled with this myself. So I'm just be sharing with you guys different things that have helped me. And yeah, let's get into the episode. So, realize that you can't reach perfection. I said it, it's true. Realize that you can't reach perfection. Realizing and accepting that you can only be the best version of you, not the perfect version of you that quote unquote doesn't exist, because it doesn't. You can't be her, and it just relieves that tension. Just realizing and accepting that you can only be the best version of you, not the perfect version of you. Because if you think about it, this is a true fact. No one in this world is perfect. Everybody has flaws. Everybody's imperfect. No one is perfect. So you striving to be perfect, you're going around the parameters. You're going to that gray area that does not exist, because nobody can be perfect. You have to remember that perfectionism is just a mind thing. You can't be perfect, and that's okay. You can show up as the highest version of yourself. The highest version of yourself does not have to be perfect. The highest version of yourself is just the best you, the best that you can do right now in this second. That's the highest version of you right now. Try to relate and just be more of the highest version of you, and not try to strive to be perfect all the time. Perfection is not just about what you think it is. It's about self-control and letting go. Letting go is one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life, but I promise you, it's so rewarding. It just gives you so much peace of mind. Peace of mind is like what I live for. Anything that just stirs my peace, I let it go, because I worked so hard to get this peace of mind. I'm telling you guys. So remember that you have to let go, and you have to keep that self-control into your life. Also, I know you guys have probably seen edits and clips, or maybe the full movie of Black Swan, and Nina Sanders, aka Natalie Portman, she's going through perfectionism, and she has to learn self-control. Self-control is not just telling yourself, I have to go to sleep at this time, or I have to get this done by this time. Self-control is also loving yourself enough to know that in order to keep my peace of mind, I'm going to have to stay at this point. Perfectionism will strive you to be someone else that you just aren't, and it's okay to be like that. It's okay to not be perfect, because nobody's perfect, and you can't be perfect. Like I said, you're going around the parameters in like the human world. You cannot be perfect, because it's just not possible. That's like trying to bring back the dead as a human. You can't do that, because it's just not possible. You can't be perfect. It's just not possible. Realizing and accepting that you can only be the best version of you. Like I said, you cannot be perfect. It just relieves so much tension, because just knowing that I'm gonna do the best that I can, and if that's not a passing grade, then that's okay. I'll do a summer course. There's always more options for me because of who I am. I know that I can reach this. Do the best that you can. Usually doing the best you can is enough. It always is enough, because you are worth it. You are enough for this whole world, for everyone, for school, your parents, your cousins, your siblings. You're enough for everyone, okay? It just makes you feel a tons better when you just realize that. And self-control and letting go hand in hand. Letting go of those things that disturb your peace. Letting go of that academic validation. Letting go of validation from your parents, from your friends, your fake friends, because they wouldn't make you feel like that. They're real friends. So just letting go of different things like that could just really make it a lot better in your life. And just letting go of perfectionism in general is so hard, but I'm telling you guys, it's so rewarding. Go see a therapist if you need to, because I literally am going to do different things like therapy, and just get through different things like that, just to be able to give myself peace of mind. Because like I said, I struggle through perfectionism as well. I get you. I understand what you're going through. I completely understand, because I am a perfectionist just like you are. And I'm going to be helping you guys in today's episode. So let's get into the actual bulk of the episode. So letting go of the line and that crave that you feel to be perfect can make you feel tons better. Just letting go of it. And when I say that line, I'm talking about like that urge that you have to be perfect. Like when you're doing a test, you're like, what I know isn't enough. I have to stay up all night and study. Even though you studied like prior than that night before. You know that you're prepared for it, But because that perfectionism in you is making you do that, you're not going to get any sleep that night. Another example is once you finish, like, let's say you have an argument with somebody and you're not friends with them anymore. That perfectionism in you is going to make you relive that whole argument every single day. It's going to try to get you to think about things that you should have said, you shouldn't have said. You're going to end up going back to that person, just reliving it again, that traumatizing memory, because perfectionism will tear you apart. Don't romanticize it. It's terrible. Okay, do not romanticize perfectionism. I am getting tongue twisted because literally I'm so thirsty right now and I gotta get some water. I know it's hard to remember, but just try to remember that showing up as the best you every day is enough. You are enough. What you do is enough. Who you are is enough. You can do this and you're already doing great. I'm telling you, you're doing fantastic, because that perfectionism is going to tear you down. It's going to burn you down more than anything else will in your life. So just try to remember that you are enough. And I know how it feels, because literally, like, if I go through an argument with somebody and I always end up just thinking to myself, why am I not enough for this person? Why am I not enough for her? Why am I not enough for them? Why am I not enough in general? The fact that you're even having those thoughts of thinking that you aren't enough is when you're crossing that self-love boundary for yourself. You know how when you have like a friend or something like that and they're just rude to you, and you set boundaries so that person won't cross those boundaries. You know, when they cross those boundaries, you're not friends with them anymore. That's the same thing it is with yourself. You need to set boundaries for yourself and how far that you're going to take you over that boundary. You know, you can't cross boundaries in friendships. You can't cross boundaries with yourself. That second that you start to realize that you start to think or try to like tell yourself that you are not enough, that's when you're crossing that boundary. That's when that self-love line starts to slowly but surely disappear. Now you don't love yourself anymore. Now you're telling yourself that you're not enough when you really are enough. You're tricking your subconscious mind into thinking that you're not enough for whatever it is you're going through. You're telling yourself that. You're using reverse affirmations, and you cannot do that. That will ruin your life. Remember that you are enough. What you do is enough. Who you are is enough. You can do this, like I said, and you're already doing great. I know how perfectionism feels. I know that it'll strive you to like the last bone in your body, but you have to remember that you are enough. Like I said before, the example with the friendship, you wouldn't let your friend cross over that boundary, so don't cross over that boundary with yourself. Don't romanticize the craving to be perfect. That's really hard, because you see all the different movies with perfectionism. It's super hard, but you cannot romanticize it. Why would you want to romanticize something that's terrible? Same way, you wouldn't romanticize somebody that you love so much dying, so don't romanticize perfectionism. I know it's kind of different, but it's still on the same level. Showing up as the best version of you will do much more better in your life than perfectionism and striving to be perfect all the time. Here's an example from James Clear. He says, "You're more likely to unlock a big leap in performance by trying differently than trying harder. You might be able to work 10% harder, but a different approach might work 10 times better. Remain focused, on the core problem, but explore a new line of attack. Persistence is not just about effort, but also strategy. Don't merely try harder, try differently." I love that so much, because I'm telling you guys, you know, when you're in that little rut of perfectionism, and say, for example, you're doing a test, or like you have some sort of academic validation that you're craving for some reason. So when you're going through that, and that perfectionism is pushing you harder and harder to get the academic validation, but it's still not working, you're not getting the grades that you want, because you're not taking care of yourself. You know, you're losing yourself little by little, because you're trying to be someone that you aren't. Whether you want to or not, you're going to lose yourself at some point in your life, okay? If you keep on doing that, you keep on staying in that same rut of perfectionism, it will tear you apart. Your brain and your body can't take that. Your brain and your body are meant to go at a certain pace every single day. If you go farther than that pace, aka perfectionism, your body's going to slowly start to get tighter and tighter, and your health will go downhill. I'm telling you guys. Literally, that's happened to people that I know in real life. You have to take this stuff seriously. Mental health is serious. Back to the example about James Clear, though. When he says about work, if you work 10% harder, it's not going to work. But if you use a different approach, it might work 10 times better than the original approach. Doing that with perfectionism works so much, because like I said, if you're striving to be perfect and you're still not where you want to be, that's because you're working 10 times harder. But put a different approach to it, it can work 10 times better. you listening to this episode right now is working 10 times better already. You're actually involved. You're actually trying to be better. You're actually trying to get rid of that perfectionism, and that's working 10 times better. Keep taking these approaches. Go to therapy if you need to. Journal. Write it all down. Forgive yourself. Do all these different things that you need to do, therapy-wise, mental health-wise, just yourself-wise, in order to become 10 times better and get rid of that perfectionism. The more you're going towards that perfectionism, it's like when you're driving away and you see somebody back there, you're waving by to them, and the closer and closer you get towards like the stop sign, the farther and farther they get from you. Your perfectionism is going to get farther and farther and farther from you if you keep on working 10 times harder. And no, if you keep on working 10 times better each day. 10 times harder is not the way to go. I'm sorry, I get tongue twisted sometimes. But I'm serious, you guys. Try it. Don't merely try harder, try differently. Next is to forgive yourself for your past mistakes. I know. I get it. I know forgiving yourself sounds hard. Sorry, I was drinking water. I know forgiving yourself sounds hard. I know forgiving yourself, it is hard. It is difficult, especially if you're not experiencing this stuff, especially if you haven't tried to forgive yourself. But I'm telling you guys, forgiving yourself is a lot easier than it sounds, okay? Write a letter to your past self or to someone who you are in an argument with. Let's talk about the argument first. So, say, for example, you had an argument with somebody and they just made you feel terrible. Like, you just feel terrible. You're not having a good day because of it. Ruined your day. All you're thinking about is the argument. It's replaying in your mind back and forth. Write a letter to that person. Don't send it. Just get it off your chest. Write a letter to that person, how it made you feel, how you wish they would understand you, how you wish they would get your side of the story. Just write literally everything you want that person to know, and don't worry about not hurting their feelings or not, because you're not going to send this to them. So just write everything from that situation, that argument that you want to tell that person. Just write it all on that paper. Fold up the paper and put it away. It's off of your chest. You can forgive yourself now. It's gone. It's not in your mind anymore. You've closed that tab. Now, if you're writing a letter to your past self, talk about these different things. Talk to your past self as if it's a real person that you're talking to face to face right now. You know, with your past self, they went through different things to get you to the point where you are right now. So talk to yourself and tell yourself that this and this happened. I'm so happy that this happened because of this. I forgive myself for being like this yesterday because I know how hard it is. I know what I went through last year that made me be at this point right now. And I'm sorry for it. Write a letter to yourself, a fake letter almost, to your past self, just to tell them how much you appreciate them, how much you are just happy that these things happen to you, even though it's bad things. Remember that it happens for you. It got you to who you are today. You're a great person. It gets you to who you are right now. Just gets it off your chest. Just makes you feel better. Look up more things on forgiving yourself, because it can really be a good thing to do and just really help you just to get through your life, you know. Now on to the consistency aspect of you don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Remember, you can strive to be perfect all day, but never reach your high definition of perfection. Like I told you guys, it's a rut. You strive to be perfect all day, but like I said, you're working 10 times harder, but you'll never reach that high definition of perfection. Staying consistent can change that for you. Staying consistent is that 10 times better. It's that different approach to your life. And staying consistent can just really change all of that for you. An example is having a morning routine. Make a morning routine and try to do it every single day. Stay consistent with it, and you'll reach that dream morning routine, that dream life. Stay consistent with your goals, your dreams, your records, your life in general, everything. Stay consistent with it. Think about how people do, like on January 1st, they do all these different things for the new year. I'm going to do this for the new year. I'm going to eat better for the new year. I'm going to go work out for the new year. They go full turkey, cold turkey. That's the way you say it. They go cold turkey. They just do like literally everything. They don't ease things into their life. They go cold turkey. They just do everything. The day of January 1st, New Year's Day, they start to do all these different things. And then by January 5th, they've stopped all those things and they're back to their regular habits. That's because consistency. They don't have that self-discipline to tell them to keep doing this. They lost that consistency from trying to be perfect. Now they're burnt out. Consistency truly is the key to life. Take studying, for example. Studying perfect one good time, one good night, one good session. It's good, but it's not going to get you that dream grade you want on your test. Having a consistent study routine and a study schedule will get you those results. Continuing and following through with your goals can train your brain to realize what you're worth. And when you start to procrastinate your brain, it'll stop because it's used to consistency, So say if you want to start reading 20 pages of a book each day. to reach your goal of reading 70 books a year. Okay, well, you're reading one book perfectly for the 20 pages. That's stupid. That's stupid if you just read that 20 pages one night perfectly, because you're not going to keep doing it daily like you told yourself you would. That's when consistency comes in. You have to be consistent. Being consistent is more than just doing things one time or for 1 week or for 1 month. You have to stay consistent with it for that whole 365 days of the year. You absolutely have to. Because if not, you're telling yourself something that you're not going to stay true to. That's so low to do to yourself. You're worth far more than that. I'm telling you guys, you're so much worth far more than that. You can't do that to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. You can't tell yourself things that you're not going to follow through with. That's like treating yourself like a jerk, or like treating yourself like a fake friend because you don't love yourself anymore. Like I said, you crossed that boundary, but you have to get over that. You have to make that boundary again. Make that boundary of self-love. Love yourself enough to know that I can't be perfect and I'm okay with that. I'm going to be the best version of myself instead, because the best version of yourself is not the perfect version of yourself. The perfect version of yourself has depression, it's sad, it's burnt out because of how hard you're working yourself, and it's probably sick physically. But that best version of yourself, it's nothing like that, because you prioritize self-care, you prioritize self-love, you know the way your body works, and you align with your body. You know how to live your life as you. I'm telling you guys, it's easier than it sounds. Try to incorporate the things that I mentioned in today's episode to just be able to be that highest version of yourself. Just let go of perfectionism. I know it's hard. I really do. I understand you. I understand what you're going through, but you have to just try a different approach. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please let me know what episodes you want to hear in the future. Please leave a rating and review if you want to be featured in next week's episode, and just be able to get the podcast more out to more teens like you and me. And I love you guys so, so much. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!